My name is Greg, and I'm co-founder of Step Into the Black Light. Today, we have a special guest, somebody that I've always respected as a martial artist, but now I even gain a higher regard for the man for the work that he puts into the community. We have with us today Shihan Mychal Sledge of the Sledge Group. How you doing today, brother?
I'm good, brother, and I'm on it. Give thanks, and I appreciate your time and your energy and the work you're doing, brother. Thank you.
Yes, indeed, man. Good energies they gravitate towards each other.
Yes, sir.
Now, I just want to ask you a few questions that our people might want to know from our
Okay.
site and the listeners. I want to start off by asking you, what inspired you to start your foundation?
Wow. Um, my children, the community, um, are calling from Almighty God in terms of doing something, as opposed to just talking about what's wrong in our community. Rolling up your sleeves, love the community I was raised in and bred in, and I'm just watching a whole lot of self-destruction, very similar to what's going on right now. Um,
Yes.
20 years later, you know.
Wow. Wow. Was it a heavy task to start your organization?
Yes and no. Um, the load is lighter when the village lifts with you. I'm a big uh, believer of, the village raised me, man.
Yes, sir.
Not only martial arts, community, um, religion, the community raised me, man. It was difficult with getting the first couple of years off the ground. I actually threatened some friends, literally, that they owe and remind them, come help me with these young people for 2 hours, out of the week. And that was our initial launching. Um, Paperwork went smooth. We are officially a 501c nonprofit. No hiccups, never on probation in 20 years with, the Attorney General's office or any of those issues. But we're totally based volunteer program. So
Wow.
it's been a blessing more than a burden, brother. It has.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
And you already answered one of my other questions is was it hard to get people involved? So we see what you had to do.
Yes. Yes.
Now,
Greg, there's a lot of people that want to help and they just don't know how or where to go.
yes.
And that's why I commend you for what you're doing, man. You're exposing a lot of good qualities that's taking place in our community, and people just don't know it they exist.
Well, thanks a lot, brother. But we've been watching people like you. That's what inspire us to do what we do.
Mm, thank you,
Now,
thank you.
how long did it take for you to establish the Sledge
Um,
Foundation, the Sledge Group?
we, I was working with young men, young boys around 1998. Um, we officially got our 501c3 in 2000. This is our 20th year, and consistently having our doors open. Um,
Yes.
it's been a blessing, man. It's the fear stops us from doing things that our mind tells us to do and our spirit tells us to do, and
Yes.
when you do things fearlessly, it comes into fruition and it comes in strong with Almighty God in the presence.
Wow. That is great.
Hmm.
Now, I want to
Thank you.
ask you what are some of the services that your group entails?
Okay, we are free mentoring, both group and one-on-one mentoring, free parent support group, and a free tutoring system for the young people. We also feed the homeless, and we teach our young to give back. For the last 20 years in the streets of New York, for the last 20 years, we take toys, clothes to the shelters every Christmas Eve for the last 20 years consistently.
Wow.
And also the children have to participate and give back. And we have this family development concept, but we're a very holistic program. The three-prong approach of education, the parent, which is the family, and the mentoring combined takes us to another level.
Yes. Yes. Wow. Is there anything that you would like to expound on that your group has to offer?
This is the ironic part, Greg, and it's on my mind a lot. Outdoors should all the seats should be full. Outdoors should be people on standing line only for a free program in Harlem. We service all five boroughs in New York. I
Wow.
have young men from Jersey, from Long Island. You know, go to our website, www.sledgegroup.org. Contact me directly. I'm on every social media platform. My cell number is 516-528-4272. Come help us. Bring your children. We've grown tremendously over the years, but it still amazes me how many of the adults and the parents that need that extra guidance for their child. We're living pretty much in a single parent household
Yes.
environment worldwide, and it doesn't hurt to have a good, strong mentor in your daughter's life or in your son's life to guide you. Me and you both had mentors, brother, growing up
That's true.
into manhood, and they did well. They did well. They didn't threaten our parents. They actually validated what our parents were telling us to
Of
do and took
course.
us to another level. Mentoring is a beautiful thing. We didn't call it mentoring back in our days. They were football coaches, basketball coaches, karate instructors, the uncles. But mentoring is very powerful, man. And I'm so blessed to have Sledge Group as a award-winning mentoring program that's acknowledged, throughout this country. But it's a blessing to see that life change, man. That's miraculous. That's a miracle in itself, you know.
Wow. Yes, sir. And I'm so glad that we are able to get involved to expose you to even more people. And I have another question for you. Do you ever think
Okay.
about expanding? I'm in Florida now. I used to be
Yes.
in New York, but do you ever think of starting a chapter?
Yeah. Listen. We hit Albany. I'm looking to go south. I love the warm weather.
Okay.
Um, and it doesn't. This is the part that most people I really don't think understand. It doesn't take a lot to open up your living room, your backyard, a community center, a school in the evening to start a program. Um, it's the fear that stops us, man. Fear puts us in a catatonic state where we
Wow.
don't do anything. We don't do anything. And I'm not a talker. I'm a doer. Greg, whenever you're ready to shut up shop, man, my wife and I fly down. Okay. More than assist, we developed our own training manual because the mentoring programs didn't address our community and our community needs. So we wrote our own training manual and we
Wow.
published it. And we got a lot of mentoring programs up and running. It doesn't have to carry the Sledge Group name, but in terms of franchising and expanding and building, most definitely, most definitely. You know, I believe in expansion and I believe in collaboration.
Yes, sir. This is a good relationship starting because I will
Yes, sir.
be in your ear. I
Thank
will
you.
be reaching out to you. We'll be following what you're doing, and we're so glad that you follow us.
Thank you.
Now, what I want to do is just tell you thank you. Thank you so much for what you do, the
Thank you, brother.
services that you provide, for our children. You're laying down the building blocks for future leaders. You're also revitalizing the principles from the old school, which through time has fell to the wayside. And that's
Yes, sir.
something great to see.
Yes, sir.
So I would like to say, continue to stay in the light,
Thank you.
and we will continue to follow you. If there's anything else that you would like to speak about or let us know before we leave, just shoot for it.
Thank you, brother. And I want to give thanks to Almighty God, the Creator. It's one thing when you know you've been called and given a gift. It's another thing to follow through. We're doing a lot of expansion stuff. My wife is doing women's circles. I'm doing a lot of work with the men, adult men.
Yes.
Did a series called King Meat that I want to continue online because of COVID-19. Just keep following the Sledge Group, Mychal Sledge, Mychal, on any social media platform. And brother, I appreciate your support, man. I do. You know, we've been able to run successfully only through his grace and only through his mercy.
Yes,
Only through his
indeed.
grace and only through his mercy. And he's kept me alive to continue this work, man. And I just enjoy doing it, brother. I do.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, sir. And
Thank you.
courtesies, us.
Yes. Humbled by it.
All right. We'll see you in the future in the light, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Definitely in the light.
See you in the light.
Enjoy your day, brother. Give thanks.
You too. Yes, indeed.